Hey,
Hey, we're live before we expected to be.
That caught me off guard. I thought I just hit done.
Okay, so new month, new theme. We have strong female leads is our theme this month. So we'd love some suggestions from you. We have some in mind already. We watched some good ones this week. We have some more in mind that we are planning for. But let us know what you want us to watch, and we'll add that to our list. Lots of good options with that, right? So tons and tons of great movies that have a strong female role in it. So the female doesn't have to be the only lead, just one of the main leads in the movie. Okay, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
You sure?
Yep, I'm sure.
Not walking away again?
Nope. Unless I got it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Very first one. It was a request from our kids. It has strong female positive lead and a strong female negative lead, right? So we've got an evil lead that's a queen, or I mean a female, and then we've got one of the good.
What do they call her? They call her the White Witch.
The White Witch. So Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the very first of the Chronicles. Sounds like my girls are wanting to watch through the series, so you'll probably see the other ones as we go along. But of course, there are the 4 young leads, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And then there's the White Witch, who's the main female evil lead. And then, of course, you have Aslan, the Great Lion. So this story is based off of C.S. Lewis books. So it's a great bring to life version of his stories.
I would say in the fantasy category, this is really entertaining to watch. It's just a pretty film from the locations that they used and the types of animals that they used. It was kind of cool to see this book come to life. I've never read the books. I think we've said it before. I'm not really much of a book reader. I'm just not.
I've read them all a couple times.
I will read, a camera manual, but I won't read a lot of other fictional books.
Camera manual or survival in the wilderness guide.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Something.
Or Beetle Bailey. Beetle Bailey is
something I'm sure he'll totally need.
Beetle Bailey is
Beetle
hilarious.
Bailey.
He's so funny. But I think that was one of the more I don't know. It was a cool visual experience. Did we see this in the theater?
I don't remember. This came out.
I don't remember either. Maybe we
2005. So we would have just gotten married. I don't know. I think that was probably a busy year for us. So I doubt we went and saw it.
It could have been a DVD, but it was pretty like Lord of the Rings was just had that visual aspect of it.
Lines. Yeah,
really.
So it's got the fantasy. Mm-hmm. It's got the real life application. It's got
a great story also, mm-hmm. And similar to the. I'm not really trying to compare the two, but the Lord of the Rings was about the battle of good and evil, and this one was too.
Same, yeah.
And
and how good wins in the end.
Yep.
So evil might be strong, might be cunning, might be beautiful, might be able to provide, but in the end, there's a great weakness with evil, and evil will not win out in the end.
And each character, well, I would say Edmund and the older brother
Peter,
and I think the youngest one,
Lucy.
They had their own specific trials, and I don't know about the older.
They had their own strengths too, so each of their strengths kind of combined, and they were able to be stronger together because of each of their unique abilities and strengths. They were able to fill in gaps for their weaknesses.
And in the beginning, something that caught me off guard, I maybe had a hunch when you first encounter the White Witch. I thought that she was a good person because she was helping out Edmund. And
or
then
was
you
she?
later find out that,
when she turns everybody to stone, that doesn't do what she wants.
I just want my Turkish delight.
Edmund was some other kind of something.
Yeah.
But he learned his lesson in the end.
He came around.
He came around. So
I remember when we watched the Christmas play of, was it C.S. Lewis talking?
Mhm.
Was it Christmas with C.S. Lewis?
Yeah.
He talked about his exchanges with Tolkien, where Tolkien had the character names was something that came up, and Tolkien gave him a hard time, I guess, about the character names that he gave his, specifically in this one, because the character names were such like Beaver and
yeah, it was what they were. But Mr. Tumnus.
Mr.
Tumnus,
yeah,
he had his own name.
He did. That's true.
The White Witch. She was white.
Yeah, and a witch.
But
witchy woman.
But yeah, the rest of them, I guess, did have
animal
names, but that's okay. You knew what they were. You knew their parts. So great movie. I love it every time we watch it.
Yes.
It's a 10 out of 10 for me because I love the story. I love the imagery. I love the fantasy. I love how it fits very closely to the book. I love it.
And a good good versus evil story.
Yeah.
Good classic good versus evil story.
Yeah.
I'd rate it a 9.5.
What made it lose its half?
I don't know. I just have trouble giving 10s. Except for Maverick.
Give credit where credit is due.
It's good.
All right.
It's good.
9.5 to 10 out of 10 is our rating for The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first of the Narnia series.
It's the one that we've seen the most, and I cannot really recall the other ones.
Oh, what? Okay, we'll be watching.
So I have to watch them.
So be watching for those reviews.
Without distraction.
So this is from 2005. So give it a watch. Definitely worth it if you like fantasy style movies. If you like the battle between good and evil, this is right up your alley. All right, the next one is a series that I have been watching for quite some time. It's like 17 odd seasons.
Really? It's that?
Yeah, it's Heartland started in 2007 and still going. I believe it's on season 16 right now, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. And why would it? It's great. It's got a lot going. 17. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of storyline. It's got great stories, and the story is constantly changing and evolving. So I have really, really enjoyed watching it. So Amy is the strong female lead in this, and she is the daughter of a horse trainer, and she has quite a string of challenges that she's faced. And she's overcome all of them gracefully, including losing her husband suddenly because of a criminal who shot him not technically a criminal, I guess. He was shooting at wolves carelessly and shot in their direction and hit her husband, and he died from those wounds. So it's kind of a sad, and her husband had dealt with a lot of things and just a lot going on in the story. And then, of course, there's her sister, who's now the mayor of the town in the episodes that I met. And she has her string of drama. There's always that person in your life that you love and you care about and you want to help them, but they are just drama. They are just so much drama. Drama follows them.
Which one were you talking about?
This Amy's sister.
That's the older one?
The older one.
Okay.
Drama. So much relationship drama. So much drama with her kids. Drama with the community. Drama. So she's kind of one of those that would make me tired dealing with her in my life.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? I love her character and I love the part that she plays, and I get it with the chemistry. But man, she would make me tired if I actually had to deal with her. Just kind of her personality and the way, I don't know, she would make me tired.
So this is definitely not a series that I would, this is not the genre that I would, seek out to watch if it's just me in the house.
Hello, Gedrold. Nice of you to join us.
But I'll sit and watch it if she has it on the TV.
The series is called Heartland.
That's the horse one that she's got
that I watch.
And I said a lot of positive things about Gilmore Girls. That's the series that she used to have on. It's funny, and the writers, fit in, way too much dialogue.
Completely different type of storyline, though.
No, but along the lines of series that I would not seek out myself.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. But the thing that I like most about this one is it's something that the whole family can watch.
Yes.
And there is a strong male figure in the house that is a good, father figure to the rest of his family. And there is this family all together. They handle their, conflicts as a family, and, the family unit is a real focus in this show.
Yeah.
So it's that I think that's the part that I really like the most about this program. You just don't see that a lot, and it looks like it. I think this takes place in Canada. They talk about it's in Canada, and it's just a beautiful scenery anyway. It is. Life on a ranch looks really nice, and to live out and just look out your window and see
nothing.
Beautiful Earth.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty.
Yeah, so their family story is not perfect. They have struggles with divorce and separation and uncertainty and all of that they really show gracefully how to navigate those things and how to make things right, make things better. So
and that's the thing. These are not Brady Bunch conflicts. These are not Leave It to Beaver conflicts. These are conflicts that sometimes involve somebody sabotaging and burning down your barn and kind of thing. Ugh.
Oh, who wanted in the show?
Stinky dog.
It's my mom's dog. Come to stay with us for a week.
Punting dog.
No, he's a good boy.
So, yeah, that's I'll keep going back to that, and cool show. Good, great writing. Really, it's they cast the show pretty well, and they pull off their parts. You get invested in each of the characters. So it's enjoyable altogether.
So funny you asked that. If when the horses died, did they get turned into glue? So not at Heartland, but they have talked about that in the movie, that some of the horses get sold to the butcher. So they have talked about that, and Amy tries to rescue those horses and prevent them from getting sold to butcher. But that has been brought up and that has been talked about in the movie. So it is a real issue that they have struggled with. So I mean, there's a couple of the things in the series that I was like, did they really need to put that in there? So that would drop my rating just a smidge, but I love watching it. I really enjoy it. I love the storyline. So I would probably give it 8.5 out of 10.
I like the soundtrack too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tranquil.
So what would you rate the few episodes you've watched?
A few. I've watched a good handful
of them.
I
watched all 16 seasons.
No, but
and I'm still working through them. I'm not even where they're at right now. But
I mean, I would probably give it the same rating too. I would also rate it 8.5.
All right.
You just don't see a lot of shows that showcase this family.
Right.
You don't see that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Heartland from 2007 to current. It is still going on. We'll see how long. See if they make it longer than Grey's Anatomy. I think that made it to 18 seasons or something.
He gave it 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for random shows I see on the TV. Okay. Yeah, I mean 8.5 to 9 is probably right up there. But okay, the next one is Labyrinth from 1986. So this, of course, has a strong female lead. Was she always positive? She was kind of a snob in the beginning of the movie, I guess.
She
would describe her.
She is Penny Benjamin from Top Gun.
Okay, but
she is the Daniel LaRusso equivalent of 80s movies, where it
the golden days of lunchtime movies. Yeah, I guess. I think
they
we did movie night where we first watched that with the kids. Labyrinth, one of our family movie nights.
probably,
Yeah.
but they she makes me think of Daniel LaRusso because wine.
She did whine a lot.
Yeah.
This movie is fun with all of its puppetry, though. It has a lot of puppets in it. And when after that we watched it every day for lunch. Yeah, you guys got on a kick for a while watching movies that we would watch. The puppets, yeah, they're ugly.
Yeah,
but I think that's what made them cool because it was kind of part of the whole mystery.
And the other thing that all these times that we watched it, the thing that I noticed was that she was looking through the book Where the Wild Things Are. It was laying on the table.
Really?
Yeah. It's not in focus. It's one of those things that are not I
will have to go back and watch that. All the millions of times I've watched this show.
She had Where the Wild Things Are book on the tabletop.
Huh.
Which maybe explains why some of the Muppets look the way they did, which it's in the style of that book.
Okay.
Kind of.
All right. So it's a fun movie. It's got a lot of weird characters in it, a lot of creepy imagery,
and a bizarre villain. The what was he called?
He was the king of the labyrinth.
But he had a name.
He had a name.
The Muppet King or something.
The Muppet King.
Is that
weird blue dude? Remember a weird blue dude? Yeah, he had the crazy hair. He was like a wormy little guy
with a real squirrely voice.
I think so. Yeah. There's a ton of. I mean, there is the upside down guys who had head on both sides, but the one that talked was the one at the bottom.
Yeah.
The
doorknob guys.
Yeah. All kinds of little squirrely guys all over the place.
But it is cool to see a movie with just a lot of practical props and real people in costumes or puppetry, whatever you call that.
So definitely 80s vibe, 80s feel to the movie, which
the music,
if you watch any of our videos, we love the 80s vibe. So lots of fun. They just do not make movies like they did in the 80s anymore. Now everything is computer animated and graphics and all this kind of stuff, where it wasn't. Then it was sheer acting, it was like actual real stuff.
Yep.
So
even the latest Alien movie that we saw was they went as practical as they could.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. So yeah, Labyrinth is a lot of fun. It's got mystery. It's got problem solving. It's got all the creatures, and you just have to try to figure out what's going on and kind of help her. You kind of want to guide her through the thing because she makes some dumb decisions in some of the things in which way she's going. And it's like, why did you try that way? Why didn't you try this? So it's kind of a lot of the questioning and wondering why she did what she did.
You remember those choose your own adventure books?
Yeah.
I did read some of those.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
So, Labyrinth is a lot of fun.
And you get to see the character come around and learn her lesson and have some appreciation for her family.
Yep. So nice. The whole thing was she wished her brother be taken away, and her wish came true that very night. So her brother disappeared, and on her watch. So of course she's like, "Oh no, my brother's gone. Where do I go?" And so she ends up in this big maze, this big labyrinth to try to.
I never did
get him back.
I never got the chance to wish any siblings away.
Oh,
or I never got wished away either.
Well, I'm sure I wished my brother away a time or two, but it didn't work. He stayed. But anyway, I think all siblings are like, you have your moments of spats, and moments where you get along well. So,
yep.
Anyway, what would you rate Labyrinth? I would probably give it an 8 out of 10.
I'd probably give it a 7.
Sad.
7.
Oh, a 9, you mean?
7. 3, Moth. Pick 3. 3.
So what do you give it? A 7,
7.
or a 9?
I give it a 7 because it's kind of weird.
It's weird, but it's cool.
It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 7 and an 8 out of 10 for Labyrinth from 1986. And then the last one, yes, we only got to 4 this time. We had quite a busy week, a lot of stuff going on, so we didn't really get to. I need to watch it. Yeah, you should. I'll watch it with you. It's a lot of fun. Okay, the last one is the second movie. It's a lot of fun. Okay, the last one is the second movie to one we watched. Was it last week? Week before? Last month. Anyway.
Yeah. Not that long ago.
It's part of the Divergent series. So we watched Divergent. This one is the second one. It's the Divergent series, Insurgent. So this was from 2015. So Divergent was 2014. This one was a year later, 2015. But one thing we noticed in it is it showed 2 years after. So it's supposed to be 2 years after the first one.
Okay.
In the timeline.
So now you have the we call it the main characters from the last one. They have moved to the outskirts of the factions, and I gotta say, the people that were living outside of these factions, they look like they're living a happier life.
Yeah, they were free and
free thinkers,
kind of like the hippie lifestyle.
Yeah,
they were just living off the land and free and peaceful and
yeah. What do you know? You don't need to have all these.
Yeah, you don't need all the muckety muck of city life.
It has a great ending. I think you learn the origin of this particular system of order that they have, that they started from the first movie. But this has I think it has the good action that the last movie had.
But in a different way.
Yep,
completely in a different direction for the action.
And you get to see some of the other factions showcased in this one, Kandor being one of them.
I kind of remember it just being briefly talked about in the first one. It wasn't really.
It was kind of mentioned because they spent a lot of time with Dauntless.
Yeah, Dauntless in the last one. What was her family's?
Abnegation.
Abnegation. Yeah.
So
where do they come up with the names?
I don't know. I want to look up the definition.
I want to look at the book. I want to read the book now.
Yeah. Forget who the author is.
Where the starting of it all was.
I think this movie has pretty good, we talked about, she mentioned CGI just a second ago. So there is a lot of that, but it is pretty. It is nice because there's bad CGI and there's good CGI. And this one has some nice visuals to it. It would have been nice to see in the theater, but we were just watching it on our TV. Good story, good action. You get to see the main two characters develop a little more.
Triss and 4.
Yeah.
Triss cut her hair. I wish she wouldn't have cut her hair. That
she didn't have to do
drives
that.
me nuts. I didn't like it short.
She didn't have to do that. I didn't understand the point of it.
Details. I don't know. I don't know what significance that had.
Because her mom had long hair. Because before she did it, there was a flashback with her mom, who didn't make it from the last film. But you get to learn a little bit more about their order, if you will, which was interesting. And
you'd like it. I think you would really like it, but you need to watch Divergent first, because that kind of explains what happens in the Insurgent. So you got to watch them. This one is one. Not all movies in a series you have to watch in order, but I think this one you do, because otherwise.
They're all tied.
You won't understand what's going on in the second one if you don't watch the first one.
The other dystopian film that this reminds me of is the Hunger Games series, but I think
it's different than that.
No, it is different. It's a dystopian kind of film. I like this one better.
Yes,
I think I like it better because of the story.
And it's not. This one is not like Hunger Games, and it's the rich watching people kill themselves. Like it's not like that.
No,
So
it's not like that. But
Hunger Games reminds me of the Roman Empire and gladiators and all of that, like how they were these rich people, wanted to see people die and kill each other
a
and
corrupt
all
government.
of this. Yeah,
it was a corrupt system of government.
So
much
this
like
one was not like that, which I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say too much about the ending.
You got to watch it.
It's worth it is it's worth watching. These first two is what we've seen before, so I'm sure the books are good.
I'll read them someday.
Somebody made a comment, and they or was that, I can't remember what movie that was for. Oh, that was for World War Z. Never mind. Oh. Because somebody said the book was better.
Yeah, one of our viewers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll have to add that to my list too. I usually like to read the book first, though, before I watch the series. So it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it ruins it. It ruins the quality of the movie in my mind when I read the book later.
Yeah, I've
because I lose my ability to creatively imagine the characters, I guess.
Well, yeah, because each reader will perceive the character
differently
in their mind in a different way, which is the beauty of a book. Whereas when you're watching it in a movie, everybody sees it in the same way.
Yeah.
And I don't know the challenges of bringing a book to life. I don't know how, supposedly the Lord of the Rings, the first 3 movies were pretty good at sticking to the book.
They did. Yeah.
That's I think is a harder task than a lot of people might realize. Anyway, getting a little bit off topic. I really enjoyed these 2 movies. There is one more in this series called Allegiant. I hope it's good. The reviews seem to be up and down.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any middle ground with Allegiant, so we'll see. But I would rate this one an 8.
I would rate it an 8 out of 10 also. So
yeah. It kept me engaged the whole time. There's not really any lull in the movie.
Yeah, not really, because it went just from one action to the next.
Yeah, and even though it's not a Tom Cruise action where it's action literally nonstop, it still kept me. Just a good story. Just a good story.
Did you say question mark out of 10? 8 out of 10.
8.
We said 8 out of 10. Yeah, for this one. So that was the Divergent series Insurgent from 2015.
Yeah, all the gents.
So movies, man, all the movies we gave really high ratings to. So this was a hit week. So in review, we had The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from 2005. We had Heartland series from 2007 to current. We had The Labyrinth from 1986 and Divergent series Insurgent from 2015. So all of them we give high ratings, thumbs up, give them a watch. Your rating is question mark out of 10?
Yeah.
Well, you got to watch it. So then you got to tell us your rating.
So we got a good one for Tuesday. So we hope you'll catch it on Tuesday. It's a
good one from the 90s.
And it's the first time that I have seen it.
I have seen it before a couple times. And it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, so stay tuned. Jump on Tuesday and see what movie that is from the 90s that we watched and give it a listen.
Yep. So I did not get any Friday faves out last week, obviously.
We've been busy. Sometimes they'll come out, sometimes they won't. So
I'm still working on because I had a separate intro for Friday faves compared to our regular episodes. I'm still working on the introduction, the music for it.
Music, right.
Yeah. Anyway.
So keep a watch out for our activity, for stuff that we got going on. As we have time, we'll pop on and do stuff. We're pretty busy. School year's pretty busy for our kids. So we'll be kind of here and there and everywhere, but we'll do our best to stay regular, at least with our Sundays and our Tuesdays. So definitely pop on and check those out.
So one last thing. Thank you for all of your viewership. We have reached 250 viewers.
Woo! Yay!
That's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
That's really cool. So.
Keep sharing. keep passing the word on that we're here. We would love to continue to grow those numbers, and I would love to see them at 500 by the end of the year.
That would be really cool.
That'd be double. Let's see if we can do it. It's like 4 months.
Trying to think of different ways to increase our
subscribers,
production value. So we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, and the more you comment, the more you give us likes, the more it helps us out. So please jump on and do that. Give us likes, comments, all of the things. Give us suggestions on movies you want us to watch, because we are always up for throwing in some more movies and watching things that are outside of our comfort zone even. And some movies we've gotten recommendations for we've never even heard of, or would not have ever been in our radar to watch. So we appreciate suggestions. So definitely throw those our way.
Yep. So we will see you again soon.
See ya.